Hi, boys and girls. All right, so today we're going to be doing 1.10 again. This is going to be our second day looking at this, but we're going to look at a few new things today that we didn't look at yesterday. Today we're looking at multiplication, division, fact families. We're going to see how do these things, multiplication and division, right, that we looked at separately, how do they actually really well go together? Okay, so today we're going to be solving multiplication fact families, and we're going to be being able to see the connection between them as we are working. And so multiplication and division, I said, are connected in many ways. And sometimes we can use multiplication to even help us solve a division problem. And so knowing our fact families can help us gain fact power. Okay, so I'm going to go through a little bit and just review. Remember, we are looking at multiplication, okay, and division. So if we think of this multiplication as 3 times 5, well, if we just switch this to division, it would actually be 15 divided by 3 would equal 5. So let's look at what that is. Okay, so when we look at the fact family, you're taking your big number, which in a multiplication problem would be like 48, 6 times 8 equals 48. But in a division problem, we would take the answer and we would flip it, and it would now be part of the division. 48 divided by 6 equals 8, right? If you cover up the 8 and you think, 6 times what equals 48? Okay, so this is going to be how we see that connection, right? That it's always going to be the same three numbers. If I cover up the 6, then it's 48 divided by 8 equals 6, right? If I cover up the 48, it's 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, so it's always those three numbers. You can't all of a sudden throw in and say, 24. Right? It doesn't fit. Okay, it's always 6, 8, and 48 for division or multiplication. Okay, so that's why this is really important that we learn these facts, because then if I know the multiplication facts, well, then I know the division facts, right? If I learn how those three numbers are connected, then I just have to always think those three numbers go together, right? And so when we look at a fact family, you write the two ways to write the multiplication. So it would be 6 times 8, right? But then you can also flip it, because 8 times 6 also equals 48. So there's always two multiplication facts you can do. And then just like there's two multiplication, there are always two division facts, right? Because you're going to flip flop here. 48 is now your big number, right? Just like when you're subtracting, you put your big number first, right? And adding, you put your little numbers first, okay? So you have your part and your part to find the total. While here, it's like subtraction. You have the total, and you're trying to figure out the other part, okay? But we're not subtracting, we're dividing. So you would make it 6 and 8, and then here you would flip them on the other side of the equal sign and be 8 and 6, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the video right now, and then you're going to replay, and you're going to play it again. When you get to the model, I'm going to have a new video for you to watch. Okay, hopefully you understood a little bit about this so you can understand my model.